Hi dears, happy to see you all again. Welcome back to your chemistry class. In the previous day, we discussed what are allotropes and the characteristics of the allotrope diamond. Don't you remember? Well, let us recall what all concepts that we studied in the previous day. Allotropes. What are allotropes? Allotropes are different forms of the same element having different physical properties but with the same chemical properties. And these allotropes are classified into two types. What are they? Yes, crystalline allotropes and amorphous allotropes. Diamond, graphite, fullerene, graphene, etc. are the crystalline allotropes of carbon, whereas coke, coal, charcoal, bone charcoal, etc. belongs to amorphous allotropes of carbon. And what other things that we learned? Yes, about the structure of diamond. In diamond, each carbon atom is surrounded by 4 other carbon atoms, and the strong bond between the carbon atom is responsible for the hardness of diamond. That is why diamond is used for cutting glasses. Don't you remember? Then what other characteristics that we learned? In diamond, as you can see, the crystalline structure possesses no free electron. That is why it acts as a poor conductor. Then we discussed about the transparent nature of diamond, right? And also we discussed about the thermal conductivity and the refractive indexes of diamond. So diamond is very hard, it is transparent in nature, it is a poor conductor of electricity and possesses high thermal conductivity and high refractive index. And today we will discuss about the allotrope graphite. In this video, you will learn about the structure, characteristics and uses of graphite. Are you ready? Graphite is the softest crystalline allotrope of carbon. Let's analyze the different characteristics of graphite. Graphite is soft and slippery. It is grey in color. It is a good conductor of electricity and non-volatile in nature. Let's analyze these characteristics through its structure. Structure of graphite. In graphite, you can see each carbon atom is covalently bonded with the 3 surrounding carbon atoms and forms a sheet-like structure. Each layer is made up of hexagons. These sheets or layers are stacked one above the other to form a structure. And also you can see that there is no covalent bond between these layers. Hence these layers are held together by the weak van der Waals forces of attraction. Hence, one layer can slide over another. Thus, the graphite can be used as a solid lubricant. Did you understand? And the presence of free electrons which are not involved in covalent bonding make graphite a conductor of electricity. So remember, in diamond, there is no free electron, but in graphite, the presence of free electron makes the graphite a good conductor of electricity. See this experiment. Here the 2 ends of the pencil lead are connected to the battery switch and torch bulb. You can see that the bulb is glowing when the switch is turned on. This shows graphite conducts electricity. Next we will discuss about the uses of graphite. As you all know that graphite contains free electrons in the crystalline structure. Hence, it is used to make the electrodes of dry cell. Graphite is also used to make pencil lead. The lead used in pencil is mixed with the graphite in order to reduce the hardness. That is why the graphite is used to make pencil lead. Got it? The next use of graphite is used as a solid lubricant. As I told you, there is no covalent bond between the hexagonal layers. and these layers are held together by the weak van der Waals forces. Hence, The layers can slide over one another, and this makes the graphite a slippery nature and used as a solid lubricant. So dear children, hope you understood the structure, characteristics and uses of graphite. So let's meet you in the next class with another new topic. Till then, study well. Thank you for watching this video.